What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. As I said in a previous video, I'm going to be taking you through everything that I go through from nothing to actually having an app deployed into the App Store, a mobile app deployed into the App Store. And today, as part of this, I'm going to take you through what I do to be able to get inspirations for how the screen should look like. And one of my number one thing that I go to is Dribbble. Let's have a look at what I look into here. So we're in Dribbble now, and the way that I use it is, first of all, do you go and sign in so that it's not my app, I'm not getting any referrals or affiliates or whatever from this, right? Okay, but go and type in, for example, alarms, which I've done that just before, because this is the kind of app that I'm going to be building. And then make sure that you're actually getting the mobile ones, which are the ones that you want to have for the app, right? The type of app that I'm building is a mobile app, so I'm looking at the mobile ones, and then I look at the ones that I really like. So this one, for example, I really like. I bookmarked it, and then I look at other ones as well, and whichever design that I really like. And here the intention is not to look at the design to implement, is for you to get some ideas of the kind of design that you want to have for your app. Oh, this one is slick. So this is using the neomorphism design pattern here. And now I'm gonna need a list of categories as well, right? Like we talked about, we want to be able to have alarms have topic, and within those topics they may have different type of alarms, etc. So grouping essentially, right? So here what I want to type is maybe a to-do list with grouping or something like that, right? And it goes and search. Same thing, I want to select mobile because that's what we're building. You may get some that are not mobile here, but that's okay. If we look through this, now the more words you got, the less potential you're gonna have. Okay, so here instead of to-do list with grouping, I'm just gonna put, actually rather than to-do list, task list. And then again select mobile here. And here we go. So this one doesn't look too bad, but I'm not gonna save that one. This one looks quite straightforward as well, but I'm not gonna get that one. So if we go through it, just find some designs that you really like, and then save them up. Okay, so now I've saved up a few already, but if I keep on going through that, I do like this design. See, this design actually looks quite good. It actually really looks quite good. So I'm gonna save that one, because here I can already imagine that I'll be able to set the what is the next one, for example, how many appointments and alarms you got for today, for example, as well. Even if I'm not going to have exactly the same information, it gives you some ideas of what I can use what for here, right? Because I know what I want to have on the app. And here this is great because it gives us as well the when, and I like the way that this little selector is done. So I'm going to bookmark this one, and once I go through that a fair bit, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go and review them all. And I'm going to use my scratch pad here, and I'm going to be mocking up some design. As I started to go and draw out my design, I started to realize that there's a lot of questions that I haven't answered for myself yet. And those questions are things like, what do people actually really care about? And what is the main point of the app? Now, I know what's the main point of the app. People don't miss the alarm, so really they need to be able to create an alarm. Now, creating an alarm is critical for this app to work. Hence why I'm going to make sure that on the first screen, there's a way for people to be able to create an alarm. So that's one of the first things that I want the users to be able to do, is creating an alarm from the main screen. Yeah. Now, if I'm using this app, again, remember, I had the problem. I still have the problem with my meetings. I want to be able to, when I open the app on that first screen, be able to see what are all the alarms that I got for the day. So I'm gonna have a list of all the alarms coming up today, but I may still want as well, just so that I can plan tomorrow, how many alarms I got planned for tomorrow, and maybe I want to be able to click into it as well, okay? So maybe I want to have the alarms of the day, but also the alarms of tomorrow. Now, the other things that I want to be able to do, remember we talked about calendar sync. We want to allow people to do calendar syncing from Google, Outlook, and the likes. This is a good feature. This is a great feature. This is not one of the main features though. So hence why I'm going to hide that in a different screen. Now, when I say hiding, I still want to be able to funnel the user from the main screen into that screen very easily. So I still need to think about how do I provide people an access to it from the first screen, but I'm just not going to show all the information about that screen on that one. Yeah. And I'm going to be designing that screen later on. Right now I'm focusing on the main screen. And what I do, again, it's not the right thing to do. It's not the right way to do things. That's just the way I do it. I start with the first screen. I do each screen. And then I look at them all together and I look at how can I make them flow together? How can I make sure that they fit together from a design perspective, from a usage perspective, from a not duplicating the features between all the different screens either, okay? So right now I'm looking at the home screen. There may be other things I want to be able to let people do on the home screen. I want them to be able to snooze an alarm. I want them to be able to change the schedule of an alarm that they have for today. I want them to be able to delete an alarm completely, right? And I want them to be able to change the alarm just for today, but not for the rest of the schedule of this alarm. Let's say, for example, it's a repeated alarm, right? A repeating alarm, whatever. It's an alarm that comes back every Monday or something like that. But I just want to change it just for today, not for every other day as well. I may want to be able to do that and create an exception like that. So I want to be able to have people being able to do that directly from the first screen, just because they want to interact with those alarms directly as soon as they open the app in the morning, okay? So I'm going to do and design that home screen. Then I'm going to design the other ones. Then I'm going to look at them all together and I'm going to show you the results of that, okay? Now, it's not going to look pretty, so don't get too excited, but we'll go into how do we make it pretty afterwards. If you're like me, or maybe if you're worried about that, is I'm not great with colors. I'm not good at choosing colors. I'm not good at making things look really, really good, but I have a system and a way to be able to help me to do that very easily. All right, so let's have a look at the mockups. We got them right in front of us. So this is the very first draft that I started with, and you can see I've put a lot of notes on here for me to understand, for myself to remember what I want a certain element to do. For example, here I said I wanted this one to be animated. Now those are the first draft. This is actually not what I ended up with, and I'll show you the draft that I ended up with in the end. So here you can see I drafted what the home screen would look like, what the list of topics to be able to manage your alarms would look like, the various different tasks as well. If I open and expand one of those items here, how it would expand, etc., etc. And then I went to the screen here, which is what are the various different information that I want to give the user to be able to add an alarm. And then if we keep on going up, this is the screen completely revisited for the home screen here. So you have the dates that you can select. You can see the various different topics as well that are for today, given today selected over here, etc., etc. And if I keep on going up here, you'll see the list of topics, which is a big button to be able to create the topics, you being able to manage the topics. You can edit it. You can see that there's an icon to it, there's a color to it, there's a text search as well for you to be able to find the topic very easily. There's also quick filters as well down here. That's the add alarm model, so for people to be able to add an alarm. So I worked out from this all the different information that I need the user to be able to input to set an alarm. So you can see here I got two options here to enter alarm time. So you got the date and the time. If you click on the date, it shows you a calendar kind of selector. If you put the time, it gives you that spinner type element there. If we keep on going, here this is what the repeat screen are going to look like. This is what a topic screen, so managing a specific topic would look like. And I redid a little bit of the add alarm here to be able to make it a little bit clearer for myself, and with the repeats as well. So this is it from a design mockup perspective. There's not much more to it. It's just I got a paper and pen and I just draw up what I think I want it to look like. And the next step from that is actually implementing that into an app, again with no colors, with no special beautiness into it. It's really for me to be able to test that my vision is functional, so it's workable, but it's also usable for users. And for that, you don't need to have all the colors and all the shininess into your app, okay? So that's my next step. Next step, I'm gonna take those mockups, implement them into an actual app, get the app into my hand so I can play with it a little bit. So if you want to follow through, just click on that follow button. I'll keep on giving you those tips and showing you what I do. In the next video, we're going to do a little bit more coding. So I'm going to show you a little bit into code. I do require you to have a basic level of understanding of what it is to do software engineering. If you don't understand that, you're going to be lost very, very quickly. But I'm not going to be talking about very, very advanced terms. So you can always watch it, take the terms. Let me know if there's a specific video that you want for me to dive into one of those topics. Or you can just go on the internet. There's so much content out there for you to be able to dive into it as well. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video. Click that follow button and I'll get ready for the next one.